another beautiful day. Yeah. Hope your five senses work. Health and strength is good. What? And it's Sunday. Yeah. Spiritual time. But anyway. Now, to you Titanfall 3 fans. Titanfall fans. You know, will there be a Titanfall 3? Only time will tell. But I'll say something after I read this article. Listen to this. It says here, a Titanfall 3 placeholder box spotted at German Gamestop. While fans are continuing to wonder if Titanfall 3 will ever happen, a recent placeholder box art, a German retailer, provides a bit of hope. It has long been thought that Titanfall 3 is far off, with some even wondering if the third game in the popular franchise will ever arrive. However, at least one retailer is showing signs that there might not have to be that long a wait for Titanfall 3. After all, it says here, despite Titanfall being quite popular, Respawn just hasn't appeared to be all that excited about resurrecting the series, despite the fact that Titanfall 2 was released almost 6 years ago. Instead of a third game in the franchise, the company released Apex Legends, which is tied into the previous two game worlds. Though there isn't any sort of mech battles available at the moment, there is certainly enough public demand for a third game. But that demand has seemingly fallen on deaf ears. However, if one retailer has it right, it's possible that all comments about a lack of work on such a game could have been an impressive misdirect. Says here, in recent days, something rather surprising has been popping up in GameStop stores across Germany. Over on Reddit, one user posts a picture of a placeholder box for Titanfall 3. Other users soon chimed in, saying they were given the option to pre-order the game at several GameStops all over the country. Considering that most people have thought that Respawn work in Star Wars video games universe meant no Titanfall 3 for quite some time, the ability to pre-order the game has certainly surprised some. And then it shows a box art here. It says here, the option to pre-order seems to be confirmed in the picture, considering that the text directly below the placeholder box translate to pre-order now. It should be pointed out that the other placeholder box features in the picture on Reddit are games that have either been confirmed as coming at some point, even if a release date hasn't been announced, as is the case for FIFA 23. And it says here, the question that comes to mind at this point is why GameStop in Germany are currently the only stores hinting that Titanfall 3 is coming soon. Enough that it would be worth pre-ordering if, of course, possible, that someone is just wanting to get their foot in the door for if and when the next installment is announced. There's no indication the retailer is telling people when they can expect to actually receive the game after all. And it says here, last paragraph here says, the move is still a strange one given Respawn's apparent attitude towards the series. While Titanfall and Titanfall 2 are still incredibly popular among a certain sector of the video game community, Respawn seemed to be moving in the opposite direction of a new release, as it's even took the extra step of removing the original Titanfall from online retail shelves. For now, all fans can do is hope that this box art is a sign of something to come, as opposed to a mistake. All right, look. Let me bring Rocksteady into this. Rocksteady made three solid Batman games. They made Batman Arkham Asylum, Batman Arkham City, and then they went out with a bang with Arkham Knight. Right? Rocksteady made three solid Batman games. And Rocksteady didn't, to me, when Rocksteady made the three games, it's like they didn't want to burn themselves out when it comes to Batman games. So what they did was take a break, since they made three solid games that took a lot of time to make and a lot of investment. They took some time off from Batman to regroup, gather themselves together, work on another project, which is Suicide Squad Killer Justice League, but still keep in mind that they can make a Batman game later on down the road. So when it comes to Titanfall now, Respawn should have did the same thing. They should have made three solid Titanfall games. The Titanfall 1, Titanfall 2, and then Titanfall 3 go all out with Titanfall 3 and just take a break from Titanfall and then focus on Apex Legend and then focus on Jedi Fallen Order. That's what they should have done, you know, just like how Rocksteady did with Batman. Titanfall 3, they should have been made it. They should have been made it, and just take a break from the franchise, you know, and that way fans don't have to wonder about the next game. They got three solid games to play, and you know, Respawn should have took that approach. Rocksteady did it. Rocksteady did it right because they made three solid Batman games, and now they have WB Games now working on Batman, working on Gotham Knights, right? I mean, WB worked on Arkham Origins, but now WB is working on Gotham Knights. So the Rocksteady formula is right. You make three solid games, and on the third one you go all out, and then take a break from the series because you don't want to burn yourself out, and then you gather yourself, collect yourself, regroup, and then when the time comes, now you go back to your to like say like a Batman Arkham Knight 2, Arkham Asylum 2, or Arkham whatever. Respawn should have done the same thing. Like, okay, we made three solid Titanfall games, and we took a 10-year break because those three games really took a lot out of us, and we needed to regroup and gather ourselves and collect ourselves. Now we can go back now and work on, say, Titanfall 4 after a 10-year break, and that's what they should have done, you know, versus making two games and then having people like sitting there wishing and waiting, and it's like, okay, when is Titanfall 3 coming? So based on this article, it's like it could be a Titanfall 3 coming. We don't know. It could be. We'll see. You know, only time will tell. Look at Capcom with Lost Planet. They made three solid Lost Planet games. After the third one, they took a break. Now Capcom could go back and make a Lost Planet 4, but only time will tell. You know what I'm saying? So Respawn now, they should have taken the same approach and made three solid Titanfall games, and just take a break from it. A 5-year break, a 10-year break, or a 5, 8, or 10-year break, and then, you know, to regroup and just gather themselves, and then once they get back to once they recover, then now we can go back and then make a Titanfall 4 later on down the road. That's what they should have done. You know, instead of having the fans in limbo now, wishing and waiting and wanting a tight, waiting, wishing and waiting and wanting a Titanfall 3. You know, I think Respawn Entertainment did it wrong. In my opinion, I think they should have been made a Titanfall 3, just like how Capcom did with Lost Planet series, just like how Rocksteady did with the Batman Arkham series. They made 3 solid games and they just took a break after that, and that's what Respawn should have done. You know, because the fans now, they're hungry for the third chapter of the game. You know, and the pressure is it's mounting. You know, it's mounting, and they should have they should have been done a Titanfall 3, man, instead of having the fans just sitting there. You know, the sitting there just like, when is the next game coming? You know, it would have been better off if they made 3 solid games and just take a break, and then the fans would have understand, like, okay, they made 3 solid games. They probably need a break, which they do. You know, okay, we'll play Apex Legends and Titanfall 3 for now, and we'll play Jedi Fallen Order till the next Titanfall game comes out. You know, Titanfall 4 comes out. That's what they should have done. You know, but I think Respawn is really wrong on this, and with this placeholder now, with this GameStop in Germany, it could be a Titanfall 3 coming. Could be signs that the Titanfall 3 is coming. But now the question is now, when is it coming? You know, and I think they should have been made 3 already. You know, because when speaking of Rocksteady, when Rocksteady made Batman Arkham Knight, they went all out on that one. They went all out. You know, and they just took this side to take a break. You know, take a break from the series, regroup themselves, collect themselves. You know, gather their thoughts and see where they're going. You know, after Arkham Knight. You know, or maybe they will come back to another Arkham game when the time comes. You know, Respawn should have done the same thing, man. But as far as this German retailer, only time will tell, man, if Titanfall 3 is coming. You know, only time will tell. You know, the thing is, when you start a game, you know, like when you start a game, if you make the first 2, then the third one you try to go all out with it, and then if you decide to take a break, then take a break. But if you just make 2 and just leave people in limbo, then it becomes a problem. Like, okay, when is this Titanfall 3 coming? You know, you make 3 solid games and then just take a break and go do something else. You know, and when the time comes, you know, then go back to the 4th game of the series that you create. You know, which is what I think Rocksteady is doing, because you know they're working on Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League, right? So only time will tell now if they'll go back and make an Arkham Knight 2 or Arkham Asylum 2 or Arkham Origins 2. Respawn should have done the same thing, man. Made 3 solid games and just call it a day and say, okay, you know, we're not making a game for a while. We're taking a break. We're doing this. We're doing that. We're just not working on any Titanfall series for right now. When the time comes around, we'll get to it. But right now, we're just not interested in Titanfall right now. That's what they should have done right after Titanfall 3. You know? But right now, their backs is against the wall now, because they really got to come out with 3, because the fans they're demanding it. You know, it's like, where's 3? You know, the fans. I'm pretty sure the fans are like, okay, you know, we would appreciate it if you would have made Titanfall 3, and if you would have taken a break, then we're like, okay, fine, we get it, we understand it. But just to make 1 and 2 and then leave the fans out in limbo, it's not right, man. So it's only a matter of time though before, you know, Titanfall 3 shows up. But the question now is when, you know, and the other question is like, okay, how did the German retailer? How did this German retailer got a hold of the placeholder this German Gamestop, how did they get a hold of this Titanfall 3 placeholder? How, so that's the big question right now. But as far as Titanfall 3 goes, only time will tell, man. Only time will tell. This is May 2022. We got another what? January, February, March. Wait a minute. January, February, March, April, what? May? We're in May right now. We got another 7 more months before the year is over, so we'll find out if Titanfall 3 is coming, so Titanfall 3 is coming, so we shall see. But right now, there's some sign of hope. There's some sign of if Titanfall 3 is coming. I know they're working on Jedi Fallen Order 2, and they got other games to work on, but will there be a Titanfall 3? Only time will tell, man. Anyway, man, leave this video for y'all to enjoy. This picture looked kind of funny when you really look at it. It has a placeholder of Dragon Age 4, Titanfall 3, FIFA 23. This looks weird, but we shall see, man, if there's a Titanfall 3 coming. Anyway, leave this video for y'all to enjoy. Nice talking to you people again. Chris, still the Star Wars and Star Trek.